Being a high-profile actor means having one of the most lucrative jobs on the planet. Often you'll hear how much a Hollywood star earned for a single movie and turn green with envy.
Yes, yes, yes!
Robert Downey Jr. is said to have earned between 40 and 50 million for each of his last few Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, for example. But that kind of money isn't thrown around all that often. In fact, some of the most famous actors in the world have taken next to nothing for some very major roles. And that's what we're going to be taking a look at this video. So please, join us in learning about some very meager salaries. And make sure you subscribe to our channel so you don't miss more great videos in the future. Here are 10 famous movie roles that paid almost no money. Ryan Gosling as Dan Dunn in Half Nelson. Ryan Gosling is now one of the hottest commodities in Hollywood, and he generally demands huge pay packets as a result. But that wasn't always the case, especially when his career was at its fledgling stage. When Gosling took on the role of Dan Dunn, a young and well-meaning history teacher in a middle school with a drug problem, in 2006's Half Nelson, he accepted a wage of just $1,000 per week. The bigger reward for his performance in the movie came in the form of an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. Brad Pitt as JD in Thelma and Louise. Now one of the most well-known, most sought-after, and highly paid actors in the movie industry, Brad Pitt is a huge star, and he undoubtedly owes a lot of that success to his breakout role in 1991's Thelma and Louise. But that movie really didn't pay him very well. Pitt, who is now worth about $250 million, earned a paltry $6,000 for playing the rugged and sexy hitchhiker JD in Ridley Scott's cult classic movie. That's a far cry from the huge amounts he earns these days. Bill Murray as Herman Bloom in Rushmore. Bill Murray is a bona fide Hollywood legend, and one of the most respected actors in Hollywood. So you'd certainly be forgiven for assuming he always commands a massive fee when he appears in a movie, especially in roles he took when he was already hugely established. That wasn't the case in 1998's Rushmore, however. Murray played Herman Bloom, a disillusioned industrialist who found his operation of a multi-million-dollar company to be tedious, and he did so for just $9,000. Lindsay Lohan as Tara in The Canyons. Although she was once the biggest teen star on the planet, earning millions to appear in movies, Lindsay Lohan's reputation plummeted after a plethora of controversies in her personal life. As a result, she accepted just $6,480 to star in 2013's The Canyons in a bid to win her good reputation back. It didn't work, as the film was a massive flop both critically and commercially, and Lohan had to resort to reality television to make her next big buck. Spencer Lacey Gaynes as 12-year-old Elsa in Frozen. 2013's Frozen is the highest-grossing animated movie of all time, having brought in $1.3 billion at the global box office. As a Disney animation, it was always going to perform well, so you'd imagine that every actor involved in the making of the movie would have been well paid. That wasn't the case with Spencer Lacey Gaynes, however. The young actress spent a day recording the voice of the young Elsa, and she only earned $926 for doing so. She has, apparently, earned a little more in residuals since, but that's still shockingly low for such a high-profile role. Jamie Dornan as Christian Grey in 50 Shades of Grey. When Charlie Hunnam dropped out of playing Christian Grey in 2015's 50 Shades of Grey, it was said to be, in part, due to a low salary of $125,000. Jamie Dornan, a lesser-known actor, took over the role, and his lesser fame meant a smaller salary, apparently around $100,000. That's still a lot of money, and the highest amount on this list by some margin, but when you consider that the movie cost $40 million to make, earned $571 million at the global box office, was made because the book it was based on was hugely successful, and he was the titular star, it's very small in the modern cinematic scene. Barkhad Abdi as Abdulwali Muse in Captain Phillips. The second highest salary on this list comes in the form of a cool $65,000, but given the circumstances in which that sum was earned, it was actually a pretty small amount. It was paid to Barkhad Abdi for his role as Abdulwali Muse, the Somali pirate leader who kidnapped Tom Hanks' titular character in 2013's brilliant Captain Phillips. The movie had a budget of $55 million, and it raked in $219 million at the box office, so it was hardly filmed on a shoestring budget. Abdi was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, however, which was huge payment in itself for an unknown actor. Jim Carrey as Carl Allen in Yes Man. Jim Carrey was paid absolutely nothing up front when he took on the role of Carl Allen in the 2008 comedy movie Yes Man, and he actively opted for that to be the case, by declining a salary. Instead, Carrey accepted a large proportion of the movie's profits, which, luckily for him, resulted in an extremely healthy $35 million payout. After the film's surprising financial success, as it grossed around $223 million worldwide, you have to give Carrey credit for predicting the movie's commercial success. Jonah Hill as Donnie Azoff in The Wolf of Wall Street. Jonah Hill is now a huge star as both a comedic actor and a straight actor, so you'd think he'd demand massive fees for his services. That's not always the case, however. He accepted just $60,000 to play Donnie Azoff in Martin Scorsese's 2013 modern classic, The Wolf of Wall Street. His reasoning for that, quite simply, was that he'd take anything to work with the aforementioned legendary director. His lack of greed and his excellent performance earned him a Best Supporting Actor Academy Award nomination too. Chris Evans as Captain America in Captain America: The First Avenger. All the leading Marvel actors earn astronomical money per appearance these days, but that wasn't always the case. Chris Evans actually only earned a relatively small $300,000 for his first appearance as Steve Rogers in 2011's Captain America: The First Avenger. Obviously, that's still a lot of money, but when you compare it to the $50 million Robert Downey Jr. now earns for each of his appearances as Iron Man, the $30 million Evans earned for Captain America: Civil War, and even the $500,000 that Downey Jr. earned for his first Iron Man appearance back in 2008, 3 years prior to the first Avengers release, it's pretty tiny. Thanks for watching our video about 10 famous movie roles that paid almost no money. Did you enjoy this video? Do you know of any other major movie roles that were poorly paid? Have your say in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more great videos like this one.